You can find a lot of scary looking things at the thrift store on a normal day, but I decided to make a couple thrifted items a little spookier. For day 2 of HalloWeek, I'm bringing you a thrift flip Halloween edition. I'm Alli, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm transforming 3 thrifted items into Halloween decor. And I think these translate into something a little bit more traditional and less modern version of Halloween decor, but nevertheless I think they're absolutely adorable and super easy to make. So I don't want to keep this introduction too long. Let's talk about the first DIY. For the first project, I'm going to be making over these sconces. Now, I will admit, I did not buy these at the thrift store. My dad had found them and then gave them to me and said that turn them into something for Halloween. So I took that and I ran with it and came up with this idea. The first thing I did was remove the crystals and take the original light fixture off. Once that was done, I gave both a really nice clean with a damp rag, which is something you should do with anything you get from the thrift store. Now, my original plan was to spray paint both of the sconces with this hammered bronze spray paint. However, I decided that the original patina on the brass is just way too beautiful to cover up, so I'm keeping it as is. So maybe I'm not transforming these items too much, but I am going to make them a little bit more functional. So that means the main part of the transformation will be making it so the candle holders will hold these battery-operated candles instead. This isn't the best solution, but I found that the candles will sit in the plastic that surrounded the original bulbs, so I cut those down to size, and I think maybe using a copper pipe cap from the hardware store might be the safer route to take for this. I then gave those plastic pieces a coat of gold spray paint that I just had on hand. Next, I needed a way to hold the metal base to the sconce, and I had to be kind of creative with this. I probably could have went out to the store and bought a screw that fit into the base. However, I decided to just use some hot glue to fill up the hole there and then screw everything together. Once the glue cooled, I took a washer and screwed the base into the hot glue, and it seemed to work pretty well. After that, I used a ton of hot glue to hold the plastic to the base. Then I reattached the crystals. And as a finishing touch, I draped faux spiderwebs over the sconces. And here is the finished look. While the transformation isn't major, I am absolutely in love with the final effect. The next item I picked up is a lantern, and if you notice, it has Christmas artwork on it. But I saw that I could remove the glass, and I had been looking for a lantern forever, and I got this one for $4, so I just couldn't beat it. So I thought it would make the perfect base for a Halloween thrift flip. I started by removing the glass from the lantern, then gave the whole thing a good clean. I set the lantern aside and took this small foam pumpkin from Walmart and traced a tea light around the top. After that, I used a craft knife to cut the pumpkin and remove some of the foam where the light will go. You could stop there, but I decided to make it into a jack-o'-lantern, so I used a marker to draw a face onto the pumpkin. My first idea was just to color in the face with the marker or even some paint, but I decided to take it a step further and actually carve the face out with my craft knife. The next thing I did was put the tea light back in the top of the pumpkin, then used hot glue to look like wax stripping. I was careful not to glue the light down because you'll need to be able to turn it on and off. After that, I painted in the jack-o'-lantern face with black acrylic paint, then painted the wax strips with white acrylic paint. Next, I used some Spanish moss from Dollar Tree and placed that in the bottom of the lantern. And then since the glass was gone, I spread a thin layer of faux spiderweb around the lantern, and I made sure to leave the back mostly open so that I could add in the pumpkin and have access to the tea light. Final thrift flip is the easiest one in the video and only requires 3 supplies. I'm gonna be transforming this little wicker basket into a cute pumpkin. I started by wiping down the basket just like I did with the other 2 items. Then I painted the entire basket with orange acrylic paint. After the paint is dry, it's time to make the jack-o'-lantern face. All I did was cut some black felt to make the face, then used hot glue to attach it to the basket. Honestly, this is just a super simple idea and I love it because it can be done with any basket of many shapes and sizes. And there you have it, my 3 thrift flipped Halloween decor ideas. And I think a lot of these you can actually find the items at your own thrift store, especially the basket one. And I don't think it'd be too hard to find a lantern. The sconces may be a little bit harder, but you just never know what you can find at the thrift store. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and in the comments below, I want to hear which of the 3 DIYs were your favorite. And so you don't miss the last 3 videos of HalloWeek, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Of course, if you missed yesterday's video or if you're coming in at a different point in the week, I will put a link to my HalloWeek 2019 playlist in the description, as well as my 2018 playlist if you want even more Halloween content. And that's all I have for you this time. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!